On this episode of Taste This, we are doing manicotti. Manicotti is an Italian rolled up pasta. It's like a tube. And manicotti actually means sleeve. It's like sleeve, I think it means sleeve, or shirt sleeve, something like that. But it's like a sleeve, it's like a tube. And it's a pasta, it's made in a pan with some cheese inside. And it's, oh man, you gotta taste this. Hi, I'm Leo Damian and welcome to Taste This. I've spent much of my life in the kitchen with my large Italian family in Italy and New York. I've worked every position in the restaurant business. I want to show you the heirloom techniques and dishes I've learned from the 8 matron cooks in my family. You gotta taste this. All right, so we want manicotti. Manicotti is, in my family, we would always have some sort of pasta dish before the meal. It's part of the meal in any of the events, like Thanksgiving or Christmas or birthdays. We'd always make some sort of pasta, and often my mother would make manicotti, and she would make these wonderful like crepes, and then you roll them up, and we put the ricotta and the cheese inside, and a very, very delicate sauce, a very delicate tomato sauce. Then you bake them, and they're cloud light. They're just puffy, and they have this melted cheese inside. And let's make them. Okay, so first of all, we got to do the crepes. So an easy way I always remember 200 grams of flour, 200 grams of water, 200 grams of egg. It's approximate. You can do it by cup, but I've always done it. I'm mixing grams and cups and ounces and everything else, because I got, of course, my relatives all use grams, but then they, sometimes we use cups and sometimes ounces, but whatever. It's easy for me to remember, but otherwise, maybe a cup and a quarter of flour, a cup and a half of water, and 3 eggs or so, something like that. And we got a pan, and we got some heat going on and some butter. So we're gonna make this this batter. So the batter here, we're gonna put some flour and water, and we're just gonna whisk together. And just gently, so you don't splatter all over the place, because that's what I end up doing. And then, whoop, egg. I'm gonna put 1 egg at a time in. Another egg. And a 3rd egg. So we want the batter light. You see how light this is? Let the batter rest for a while. You can put it in the fridge and let it rest an hour or so. All right, so we've got a nice rested batter here. Now let's give it a try. You know what I found? That when you do these crepes, the first few sometimes just don't work. So you get started, and then all of a sudden it gets into a flow, and it starts to work. But in the beginning, it may not work. In the beginning, I got my nonstick pan, a little bit of butter, and sometimes I get lucky, and they just start to work. But sometimes they don't. So you just gotta do it and see what happens. And in the end, you have some wonderful crepes, some wonderful Italian crepes. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if this is too thin or too thick, or how we're doing here. We let this batter go. So you see I'm using a small nonstick pan, and we're letting this batter spread out like that. It's nice and thin. I got a couple of lumps in my batter, but you know what? It's all right. My mother wouldn't have lumps, but I have a couple of lumps, but it's not a problem. They'll work out. But you can see right away, the edges are starting. Now you don't want a really high heat, you want a medium-low heat. Take your time. And this is the kind of thing where you have some music going on in the background, and you get your bottle of wine, and you sit back and you listen to music, or you got the TV going, or you're watching. You're just enjoying doing this over the next hour or so, and you're making crepes. And it depends how many people you got, but today we'll maybe make 12 or so, and just as you make these crepes, you just put them on a dish and you stack them up, and you spend some time just relaxing and doing this. You can see here we go. The crepe, you don't need a real brown. You just need it to be just cooked. All right, let's go again. And roll this out. These are looking pretty good, actually. Let's get this next one over here. See how that looks? Beautiful. So I don't want them brown, just that light gold like that. All right, now we got ourselves some crepes. How's that? Look at that. Beautiful. All right, now let's work on some sauce. All right, get ourselves some garlic going on in the pan. Olive oil. Tomatoes. And then we're gonna just take this and we're gonna run it through the food mill. We're gonna pour this in with our garlic. All righty, like that. Salt. And let it cook. We'll let that cook there for 10, 15 minutes. Don't have to cook too long. Now, in the meantime, we're going to get ready with our crepes. I have about maybe 3 cups of ricotta there and 1 egg. 1 egg or 2 eggs. You can go either way, 1 egg or 2 eggs. I like going 1 egg because I want to keep it very, very light. I don't want it to have a strong binding inside the manicotti. I want to keep the manicotti insides very, very light. So we're going to do this like this. We're going to put a little salt in there. We're going to take the shredded up spinach and put that in there like that. We're going to take some of the dry mozzarella in there. Now, let's build this. Now, we have the sauce. We're going to take, this sauce has been cooking, it's just right. Very, very light sauce. Look at this. Look at this sauce, how light it is. Look at that. Very, very light. That's all it is. We're going to take our crepe. Now, I put it on my spatula like this. Take 2 spoons. And I put maybe like 3 spoons all the way across like that. Now watch. Close it up. You roll it. And then you roll it right on there. So, take this up there. 1, 2, 3. Close it up. Come in. Turn it upside down, like that. Now, we have our manicotti on our baking dish. Look at that, beautiful, so beautiful. All right, now, we go back to our sauce, and we want to just lightly go around the edges with the sauce. and in between with the sauce. Now, we're gonna go with the bocconcini. And we take these little bocconcini and this, just like dotting them, just like that. All right, so we got ourselves all ready for the oven. So all we have to do now is cover with some aluminum foil and put in the oven. I put it for 350 for maybe a half an hour, and let's see what happens. The Manicotti. Guarda che bella. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now, we're gonna get a couple of plates over here. Wow. Now, ideally, I would like to let this rest for a while. It is really, really hot right now. And it's nice to let them rest, and then they go on the plate, and we plate them a little sauce. Okay, they've rested for a little while. So now I'm gonna break into these things and let's see if there's any chance that I can only eat a few of these and not the whole entire plate. We're going to get a little bit of our light sauce. You don't need much, just a little bit. Just a little bit of our light sauce there. We're going to do a little Parmesan there, a little bit there. Like that. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat it. All right, we got to taste this. Now we're going to try. Oh wow. Nice and light. They cut easily. Oh my gosh, you can smell the cheese. Oh my gosh.